Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my Best in Beauty of 2016, one of my favorite videos to film all year because I get to show you what I feel to be the best makeup that has come out this year or that I've found this year. It's mostly new product that came out this year, but I did discover a few things that have been out for a while that became my favorites in this year. So if you want to see all the things that I have been absolutely loving this past year, keep watching. I did try to limit it down to one per category unless there was something I felt I really needed to share multiples of. I really tried hard. I know I could personally list 10 palettes off the top of my head, which I loved this past year, but I did limit it to one. I'm going to go in order of how I put my makeup on my face, or at least try to. I'm starting off with primers, and I do have 3 to mention. That's only because I do have to use 2 to get the desired canvas I want to apply my foundation. And then 2 of them are similar, and I wanted to recommend based on your skin type. So I do use either or depending on how my skin is. The first one for me personally is Too Faced Hangover RX. Initially when this came out, this isn't new, I overlooked this because I felt like it really wouldn't do anything. This has been one of the best primers just for nourishing my dry skin. So I do apply this to most of my skin, and then I do go in with a pore filling primer. And I'm mentioning 2 because one is more geared for oily skin. So in the summer, I lean towards the Pores No More, which I do feel fills in my pores a little bit better. However, in the winter, I feel like it's a bit too mattifying for my dry skin, so I do lean towards the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, the pore minimizing one, and this one I feel is better for those with dry skin. So if you have pore issues, but you feel that most pore filling primers are a little too mattifying for you, then I would check out the Smashbox one because it's the best of both worlds to me. I don't feel it's drying at all, and it doesn't mattify my skin. It just simply fills in my pores and helps my foundation last a long time. For foundation, this will come as no surprise to you guys. I would like you to keep a tally going through this video every time I go through a category if you think you can guess what is my favorite product, because I feel a lot of these are pretty obvious because I have made it a point to tell you what's my favorites throughout the year. But for foundation, come as no surprise, it's the L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, high-end drugstore, any foundation. This is literally the perfect foundation for me. I explained why before, but I'll just briefly go over it. It has the perfect coverage, perfect finish, perfect feel, perfect wear. It's literally perfection. It feels almost like skincare to me, but it gives a flawless finish. I am wearing it today as I am wearing most of these products to show you how my favorites look. Obviously, they're my favorites for a reason, so I did put them on my face today so you could see them in film. But right now I'm wearing 202 Creamy Natural, and when I have a tan, I have 205. Also use 204 quite a bit. This one is a little bit darker than 204. 204 I can wear in between my tanning stages, so I do get a lot of use out of that one. This is Fresh Tan 205, and then 202 is my natural skin tone. So I am wearing that today. I just feel this works the best for my skin, and I know a lot of you are hooked on this as well. There is literally nothing I would change about this foundation. It is perfect for me, and it's taken me years to find my perfect foundation, so nothing I would change. 2 concealers that came out this year that really impressed me. One being the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm sure you've all heard so much about this. I don't like this any more than my Holy Grail concealer, which is the NARS one. I like it just as much. This one is very full coverage, and I feel sometimes I actually can't wear it for that reason because I feel it's a little too full coverage, and sometimes I'm not wearing a full face of makeup. So this is really good if you like to wear a full face of makeup or if you need full coverage. I would definitely pick this up. I use this shade Light and it suits me most times. Another concealer I had to mention is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and it is the white shade. And I'm specifically mentioning this because since I do self-tan, I often want a lighter concealer underneath my eyes, and so I don't have to go out and buy every single shade of concealer. I just have a white shade so I can lighten it depending on where I am in my self-tan. So this has come in really handy. I don't find it changes the consistency of my concealers at all. It just brightens them up a bit. I did wear it today along with my Tarte Shape Tape in Light just to give a little bit more brightness to my under eye. So those are two concealers that really impressed me this past year. For powder, I believe I mentioned this last year, but it's the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I'm almost out of this one, so I need a new one. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's my favorite translucent setting powder. I use it all the time on my channel. And then one that I discovered this year is the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. I love this. I'm wearing it today to set my face, and I love this for blending everything out too. If I need to blend around the edges of my bronzer or in between where I highlighted just to make everything look softer and add more coverage, I'll reach for this powder. So good. Hands down favorite full coverage powder foundation is the Kat Von D Lock-It. And then my favorite bronzer this past year, any guesses? I'm sure you all can guess if you watch my channel. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I am wearing it today. I have it in the shade Bronzer. It does come in light bronzer, which is very light. I find this to be quite light itself. I wish they'd come in more shades. This I can use when I'm either self-tan or natural skin color, and it just blends into my skin seamlessly. It's almost like a cream in how easily it blends into my skin, and the color is spot on for me. So that's why it's my favorite. Out of high-end drugstore anything, it is my favorite. That's one thing I did with this video. Regardless of high-end drugstore, it's simply my favorites. Regardless of those categories, I can do separate videos for high-end and drugstore if you guys are interested in that. This is simply my favorites regardless of their price point. And for blush, still a favorite formula for me is the Charlotte Tilbury blushes. These are the Swish and Pop blushers. They're cheek to chic blushes, which are so cool. I'm still loving these blushes. I picked up this color, I believe this year, and I'm wearing it today on my cheeks. It's in First Love. It's really good when I'm not sporting a tan, or it's actually pretty good when I do have a light tan on. It's very natural. I just gravitate towards this because just to match any look I'm doing. It's just one of those easy blushes, and I know it's going to look good on my skin. For highlighter, I mentioned these to be my absolute favorite highlighting formula of all time, and they are the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlighters. So good. I love their Pro Fusion bronzers, and I mentioned that in my last year favorites video for bronzer. Still love those, but Butter Bronzer took the cake this year. And the formula of these are amazing, as I said. They just sit beautifully on the skin. I don't find they emphasize texture. You can use a light hand of this, or you can really build it up to give you that really intense highlight that I know is quite popular. But I love the formula of these. If you haven't checked these out, these are hands down the best formulation in my opinion for highlight. I wish they came in more colors. I do have both, 1 and 2, the more pink tone and the more gold tone. Today I mixed both on my cheeks, and that's what I am wearing. To set the face, still my favorite. I haven't found anything better. It is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. They have repackaged it, which I love. I love that this is a darker packaging. The white would always look super dirty to me just because of the material and that it was white. I love that they redid the packaging. So still my favorite. And then for brows, Benefit came out with a ton of new brow products this year. They had a huge launch, and I became obsessed with the Precisely My Brow. It's what I'm wearing in my brows today. I know if I reach for this, I will get my best color match for brows. It's just amazing. I've gone through multiple of these this year. I try to use other things, but this is hands down my favorite. Comes with a spoolie on one end, which I think is essential in a brow pencil, and then it has a very, very precise tip on the other end, so you can create hair-like strokes in your brows. I have very sparse brows, so I need to use a tiny one to get those little hair-like strokes. So this is by far my favorite. I use number 6, which is the darkest shade, and it's hands down my favorite brow product this year. Then for eyes, I did limit it down to one palette, even though there's multiples I really wanted to mention. I had to mention this as my favorite. I am wearing it on my eyes today, and it is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I just feel like this is the best palette that came out this year, and there were so many good palettes. I've used this a ton, and considering I do YouTube and I'm always using different palettes for different looks, I'm always reaching for this. In my daily life, this is my go-to palette. I love the color combination. I've used every single color, and I'm just obsessed with this palette. Nothing's better than this, in my opinion. They're pigmented, easy to blend, color range is beautiful, and I think they did a fantastic job on this palette. Still for eyes, I discovered Lit Cosmetics this year. I did a whole video on them. I'm obsessed with their glitters and also their glitter base. This is the best glitter base I've ever used. I used it today for the glitter that I'm wearing. My favorite glitter of all time that I discovered this year from Lit Cosmetics is Champagne Wishes in size 2. It's so, so pretty. You guys, I know a lot of you have picked this up because of my recommendation and absolutely love it. It's so beautiful. I'm so glad you guys like it too. Obsessed with Lit Cosmetics. And they are a Canadian brand, which you guys pointed out to me, which is absolutely amazing. I love supporting Canadian companies, so Lit Cosmetics, definitely check out. I'll link my swatch video in here so you guys can check out all the swatches of the glitters I do own, but you'll become quickly obsessed. Trust me, if you like glitter. It was so satisfying to film that video because I got to swatch all the glitters and they just look so pretty. I just love, love, love glitters. And then for eyelashes, I have been obsessed with this pair. I discovered this late in the year. They are from Socialize and they're part of their Silver series, which is their new line of lashes, which are supposed to mimic mink lashes. This is the style Fleek. I am wearing them on my eyes today and they're so pretty. If you guys like the ones from Coco Lashes, what are they called? But they're very similar in shape to them, but I like them just a little bit more. They're really beautiful. They have a little bit more fullness and they really flatter the eyes and they're the perfect length. I don't have to cut any off this lash. So if you do have bigger eyes, I feel like they might be a little bit small for you, but for me personally, they're one of my favorite styles, dramatic styles. And then I have this pair of lashes from IIKONN, which is one of my favorite eyelash brands of all time, and they're in the style High Maintenance. I was wearing this in my last video, the What I Got for Christmas video, and they're just very natural. I also use these lashes in my ABH Master Palette by Mario video, and they just give that really sultry, soft looking eyelash look that I love. So these are my great everyday natural, but you can also wear them dramatic, but they do flare out and give you a more natural look than these. These are quite dramatic. And then I also discovered the Social Eyes Lash Glue this year, which is amazing. I know if you like the House of Lashes Lash Glue, I used to use that, but that would get really gummy on me. And this one works just as good. It just doesn't smell like roses or whatever the other one is scented like. It does have a scent to it. It's not like Duo that smells like fish and really gross, but there isn't a added fragrance scent, so it's just like a glue scent. So this is personally my favorite. It's cheaper than the House of Lashes one and works just as well in my opinion, and it's easier to get a hold of because the House of Lashes one seems to always be out of stock. So if you really want a good lash glue, I would check this one out from Socialize. I just discovered it this year. Finishing off the eye category, I started using other things, but back near the end of the year, I also rediscovered my love for my Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. It is my favorite mascara of all time. Unfortunately, it is high-end. If I'm not wearing lashes, I really want my lashes to look a certain way. This is what does it for me. It's unfortunate that it is high-end because I mostly use drugstore, but this, if I really want my lashes to look their absolute best, I will reach for this. So I love, 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 love that mascara. And then for eyeliner, I discovered the Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder collection. And I really like this one because it goes on smoothly, it lasts a long time. It's dual-ended, so it has a cream and a black, which are the two colors I use most often. So that's why it's my favorite, because it's just so handy to have both, and it's travel-friendly for sure. And then for eyeliner, this is the best pen, hands down, on the market in my opinion. I've tried almost them all, I'd say. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Liner Noir. This is so easy to use. If you're having trouble winging out your eyeliner, my eyeliner comes out perfectly every time I use this. I love it. It's so easy to use. The tip is perfect in my opinion. It distributes the best amount of product. It's just perfect. Except for this lid packaging, because the circles, they need to line up to close. So you do have to kind of look at this to get the cap on properly. That's the only thing I would change, is the packaging, but the product and the shape of the tip itself, it's perfect for me, so I can look past that. I can look down and put on the cap just to look past that, but that's the only thing I would change. Had to mention that. Closing off with lips for a lip plumper and priming product. You guys know I love this thing. It is from Grand Lips. It's their hydrating lip plumper. I always use this at the beginning of my tutorials so that my lips are nice and hydrated and plump for when I apply my lip product. I just find it really does make a difference in my lip lips personally. So I've been loving using that. I'm very, very low on that. I need a new one. And for lip liner, I discovered this year. It is from Dior, and it's in the shade Jungle Brown. This gives me the perfect lip combo mixed with MAC Flesh Pot. I was wearing that combo in my last video, what I got for Christmas, and it's just my go-to everyday kind of lip product. And it's very creamy, easy to use if you like the Pro Longwear lip pencils from MAC or the ColourPop ones, Kylie ones. It's creamy like that. And it's very easy to overline your lips. The color is spot on to me. I can use it when I'm fair, tan. It's my perfect shade. And then for liquid lipstick, hands down, favorite formula, packaging, applicator, everything. There's only one thing I would change, and I will talk about it. It is the Smashbox liquid lipstick. They're the always on liquid lipstick is what they're officially called. I have 3 shades here, which are the more nude shades. The only thing that I would change about these liquid lipsticks is that I would like more range in nude shades. So some lighter tones for this line, and that is the only thing I would change, is because I'm greedy and I want some lighter nudes. But overall, formulation, the applicator, this is by far the easiest liquid lipstick and most comfortable to use on your lips. It is perfection to me, what they did with this. This is perfect. Except I want lighter nudes. For lip gloss, I have 2 brands that I wanted to mention. The first being from the MAC and Mariah Carey collection. You guys know this was hands down my favorite MAC collection that they've ever done, is the Mariah Carey. I love the packaging, so I had to mention something from that collection, and I'm obsessed with their lip glosses. I got all of them. This one is in Dream Lover, which happens to be my favorite one. And I also wanted to mention another formula of lip gloss that has quickly become a favorite of mine as well, that I just recently tried. I haven't even hauled it yet for you guys, but it's the new Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil Lip Glosses. And I love the formula of these. I actually wasn't initially going to purchase any because I felt like I wouldn't like them, because I heard oil lip gloss. I thought of the YSL ones, which were a fail for me. But these ones have more pigment and they feel hydrating. I just wish they'd last a little bit longer, have a little bit more adherence to the lips, I guess. That's the only thing that I have to complain about them, but they have definitely been a favorite, especially the shade Peach Tease, which is like a gloss version of MAC Jazz, which is my favorite lipstick color of all time. So that's why I love that one so much, because it mimics that lipstick very well. And then on my lips right now I have Peachsicle, which is just a beautiful nude shade, and these feel amazing on the lips. I really want to pick up a couple more shades because I surprisingly fell in love with these, and I initially was going to look past them. A couple beauty tools I wanted to mention that have become favorites this year: the Surratt Lash Curler. I don't know what I was doing without this prior. It is hands down the best lash curler I've personally ever used. It is amazing. It has a wide span. If you have a longer lid span, this won't pinch your eye. I know I don't even have that big of eyes, but I find a lot of lash curlers tend to pinch. This one I've never experienced any pinching with, which is amazing. And then for brushes, I had to mention my Luxy brushes. I bought nearly all of them now, apart from a few that were in my Generation Beauty Ipsy bag. If you guys saw that haul, I have purchased these all mainly myself. And I also bought this little case for them to keep them in. They're my everyday brushes. You can tell it's dirty. I use this every single day, as I said. So I have purchased most of their brushes they have, and I do have a coupon code with Luxy, which is an affiliate code, which I use to purchase these brushes. So that's why I became an affiliate, because I fell in love with the brushes. I actually reached out to them and I'm like, I love your brushes. And I became an affiliate. So love my Luxy brushes. You guys know, if you watch my channel, I use these constantly. They're just the best. They're synthetic, vegan, cruelty-free. If you're looking for good brushes that are synthetic, which are my personal favorite, then I would recommend the Luxy ones. Couple perfumes I wanted to mention. I recently got the Gucci Bamboo. Quickly became a holy grail scent to me. This is a great everyday kind of scent. And then this one from MAC, which is a recent release as well, and it is their Candy Yum Yum scent. If you like sweet scents, I find this one actually to be the most citrus of any perfumes I do own. So that's why I kind of really like it, because I do smell that citrus in it a lot, and it's not so sweet that it's sickeningly sweet. It's so good. You guys got to check it out and smell it. I fell in love when I first smelled this, and these two have been my favorites this year. For skincare, I have a few products that I discovered this year which I wanted to mention quickly. I don't have too many, and this is my last category and I'm done. I have these Marcel waterproof eye makeup remover pads. This is a brand new package. I love these things for taking off my eye makeup. I won't use anything else anymore. They have two kinds. I wasn't able to find the waterproof ones for a while. I asked them about it and they were coming back in January, so you will be able to find these again. They're the new ones. This one is the one that isn't waterproof. These are still good, but I love the waterproof ones if you can find the lighter blue container. These are amazing for eye makeup removing. They're very gentle on the eyes. They don't sting, burn, anything, and they'll get like this glitter off easily. That's why I love those. For my eyelashes, I have to mention this, Revitalash. I told you guys I would mention this in my yearly favorites. This changed my lashes completely, especially for my lower lashes, because I use this on my lower as well. You can actually see my lower lashes now, and I don't even have to use this every day now. My lashes just stay nice and long and full, and I just occasionally put this on when I remember to, and it keeps my lashes good. For any kind of texture and for instant resurfacing my skin, if I need something quick to do that, my Ole Henriksen Invigorating Night Treatment. It's a 12 source AHA complex. Put this on at night. My skin is brand new in the morning. Highly recommend this if you have any kind of texture, need something overnight to take care of it. This is your best friend. I have repurchased this already multiple times. It's so good. And then I have a product from Biotherm, which you guys know I love. This is my second bottle of this, and it's their Life Plankton Essence. I noticed a huge difference in my skin when I started using this. They said it took about, I think, 7 or 8 days for people to really notice a difference, and I definitely did. It worked really fast for me in my overall evenness of my skin, my radiance, just so much about my skin, it changed. And so did these two products, which are my last two products I'm going to talk about. They're from Sunday Riley. I have the Good Genes treatment, which is good for brightening, exfoliating. It plumps lines, evens hyperpigmentation, and increases circulation for instant radiance. I feel like it does all that. I use this during the day, and then at night I use the Luna Sleeping Night Oil. This is a Retin-A type product. Reduces pore size, improves appearance of damaged skin, and helps fight wrinkles. So I really love this for at night. I could tell a huge difference when I stopped using this when I was sick. Just because I was too tired, I just didn't take care of my skin as I should. I noticed a huge, huge difference. So these were a huge game changer in my skin this year, and I've bought these multiple times as well. That is everything for my Best of Beauty 2016. There was a ton of products that I had to go through. I hope I went through fast enough because I know this is going to already be a long video. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about every product because obviously they're my favorites and I love them due to their formulation. I just think everything that I mentioned is amazing. Holy Grail status for me. This was probably one of the best years for me for finding products that work for my personal skin, especially because I found L'Oreal Pro Glow, which is literally my perfect foundation ever. I can't say enough good things about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what your favorite products were from the past year, and also let me know if you were able to guess some of my favorite products. And I will see you guys in my next video.